He's the progenitor of worlds and the greater creator. He's the one who created the giant races.
Okay, he's neutral. I guess we'll hang on to it.
Okay. All right. A mammoth tusk drinking horn for a large creature.
I feel like Ukher should have that just because. I mean, I can't think of anything more appropriate.
Right, this is big drinking horn that he laughs and drinks out of. Sure, I'll put it under his treasure as, like, you know, things that he likes. Yeah, it's 300 gold pieces for style. That's probably at this point worth it. The 12 wood carving panels. I'm going to place it. Do you guys have like a place for all of your books and lore?
I think we just kind of keep everything at Sailor Runbind, but
there's a place where it's called Documents. Epitaph of Horothalf the Mighty, Frescoes, the Amphitheater, Gorwilla Formula. So it looks like...
Maybe we ought to keep our valuable things someplace, you know, where not everybody can walk in and out all willy-nilly.
I suggest we store some of these things in Acropolis. Especially in the...
Oh, yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
Okay. There's a page for it now in the party pages, or the journals. I guess party pages? Wait. Collections. Oberon's library? Maybe it goes in there?
Sure.
Okay. I will put it in Oberon's library. It looks like we created a conflict page somewhere. No? Okay, it went away. Alright. More loot. A gem-encrusted scabbard for a huge great sword, a silver statuette of a frost giant, a gold unholy symbol of Grumpsh, a gold unholy symbol of some orcish deity of death, fortune-telling bones. I have a feeling once the paladin gets a hold of the gold unholy symbols, they're basically destroyed.
Melting! Right? We're melting those.
For just so you know, Ahmed, Azildan's been bugging you the last little while to teach him Gnome.
Sure, yeah, he'll teach you.
Okay, so you're going to melt them for what they're worth, or are you going to dispose of the gold even afterwards?
We're going to melt them, and then we'll...
What are they worth? Let's just...
melting them.
100 gold pieces each?
Oh, screw it, just burn them.
Okay, so you dispose of the evil things. Got it.
Yes, they're gone.
There are some spell components and stuff. I will put that in the equipment. And I'll add that up later. And then the last little bit is... So you're, I guess, selling that stuff as art?
What is art?
The gem-encrusted scabbard, a silver statuette, fortune-telling bones.
The encrusted scabbard's pretty cool. I'm not if we ever found a big sword, it might be cool to have that put in it, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's for a huge great sword.
right. It's a little on the big side. Not gonna lie.
The wagon loads of hides and trade goods, I imagine you're kind of dumping on the market.
Yeah.
And then the exquisite panel tree carving of the third branch of Midgard. We'll put that in Oberon's library as well. Just because it's too big for Lemmy-O to carry it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oberon hoards the knowledge and doesn't share it with Lemmy because...
bad person.
Wait a second. The old Oberon's back. Yay!
Hooray!
All right. Lokrik suggests that you put the holy symbol of the Nam in with the other giants, or the other figurines of gods in Sailor Wormbind.
Sure, that's actually not a bad idea.
Find a little spot for him.
Collect our gods and just put them here.
And strangely enough, the god Anam is pleased.
Oh, good.
That should have been the god of hunger.
Are you saying he's hungry because he's fat? Because that's kind of mean.
No. Anom.
All right.
I
Lemmy's
see what
gonna
you're
ask.
Lemmy's
Lemmy's asking.
says- Perhaps, as he looks down upon these people in Sailor Wormvine, a place where he knows heroes of the lesser folk have come before. Okay, so that you have some sell piles, but selling does take time.
We can split some of the selling to Vergholm because we have a lot of giant shit over there.
Yep.
It's true. There's giants. I might want to buy stuff.
Also, quick question: how much does a what's it called? The rod. What's it called? A tuning rod or a
You
what's
mean
it called?
like
The
a
thing that you
focus
need to
rod
plane
for-
shift. Plane
Just,
shifting. I
It's
don't
not
know.
about cost, it's finding
Planar
somebody
rod.
who knows what it is and then somebody who's got one. So it's
Yeah.
not
You
it's
need
not about
someone
the
to-
cost. It's
Can
like
it be crafted?
it's like a 500 1,000 gold piece to be crafted.
Yes, but you have to craft it from the material of the place that you want to go to.
Yes.
so-
I want one crafted from this place, this world.
Okay. Give me a
Maybe
knowledge
Bergholm.
planes, Lemmy.
Yeah. I now learned to spell plane shift.
Nice.
Knowledge planes. You almost killed me, Marty. 20.
Okay, so Lemmy-O like knows his spell obviously because it's like a standard spell on your list.
It's my domain spell.
Lemmy-O knows that
Or no, it is my standard site.
Stemma is a separate plane from Yggdrasil, which is a separate plane from
Every other world.
Vosgard.
Yeah.
Vosgard is a specific world. You suspect that if you had just a generic prime material rod tuning fork, you might end up on some random world.
Right. Right. So what I need is
Something kind of like crafted from this place in a specific way. A 20 is good enough that you are like not confident that you're the crafter.
I know I have to ask Oberon or Lokrik
Right.
because hey, there's a way for us to get back here.
Are you guys going to do selling?
I think that's probably a good idea. We need the cash.
I don't need it personally, but sure.
Okay, not counting the stuff that you just found. Actually, there's some really easy stuff that you can dump onto the market. Let me just do a quick calculation here. Selling goods and art. Try to speed this along. So those wagon loads of goods are almost like packed up, ready to be sold. It's pretty easy to get rid of those in a certain amount of time. They are going to take half time to sell. So 6 times 500 plus 5 times 500 plus 3 times 500 plus 2,000 equals 9,000. So this will take you, and then the art is 925. So this will only take you 5 days, 5 man days to sell. So I'm going to keep track of some of the man days. So this is selling. We've got 5 days. And then there's a bunch of stuff that you hadn't sold from before, including it's under sell pile 8. It'll be 38 man days to sell this, or 39 man days to sell this stuff. But that's 39,000 gold pieces. So
Let's sell. Let's give it to somebody to do. Let's give it to somebody to do and give them a percentage.
There's another small sell pile that will take you 7 days to sell. These are person days. It can be divided by the number of people who are actively participating, so it may not take all that time.
Okay, so
Okay.
I just comment, guys. We should be able to do the vault after spending like a month doing shit. I want to get with
how many ensorcelled leaves do we really need?
How many what?
Ensorcelled leaves
There are
or enchanted twigs.
51 person days. Divide by 6. That's enough to get a
9.
good. That's 8.5 days. I think the party is probably willing to spend some time selling some items.
Buy this!
Yep.
Okay.
Fund my addiction to stronger and stronger weapons and armor.
So some days we're like, haha, we're off to kill shit. The other days we're like, get your swords here, get your swords.
And we'll
Bloody
say
clean mithril.
that Ukher does the Ukher does the trick where he really tires himself out, and then you stick him in Acropolis.
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume at this point in time, you guys are zipping between Acropolis, Runestad, and Dvergholm. You're kind of like you're kind of using your little network and
Teleport. You can teleport now.
No, we can't. We're not done training.
yeah, your training.
We do the training
Oh,
first.
training is done. Oh,
Yeah,
right,
we do the training first, dude.
Okay. Yeah, Galath makes do with his stump hand for a while, but then at the end of the training,
Yep.
he's going to carry out a ritual.
Okay, let me add up your shares for.
Oh, Marty,
Yep.
the thing that we left with the spices, we can pick that up now. Just teleport with Ukher and pick it up. Come
No,
back.
you didn't even leave it. Between Ukher dragging it and his big sled of dire wolves, yeah, you guys took it with you. There's no need to go back there so soon. All right, so that sell pile is done. The part that I'm not getting to is you haven't sold the items you just recently got. You're still going back in time and selling the things that for previous adventurers.
Marty, there is something that I do want to do.
Clearance, everything must go.
Yeah, right now you guys are all partaking in the same event, so I don't want to hear the individual stuff yet.
Cool. No worries.
Yeah.
I'll keep leveling. Alright, no problem.
64. I kind of want to get back into adventure. I don't want to spend the entire game doing individual stuff, unless you guys tell me you want to do downtime individual stuff.
I just have one thing I have to work on, but that's it.
Same with me. This should be very quick.
Okay, so
Go
it
ahead.
sounds like there is a round. Okay, we'll do one round of one thing each. Does that sound fair?
It's fine.
Sure. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Can I start?
Sure.
No, hold on. I'm still doing your treasure. Somebody else could do this stuff, but I'm doing it. So give me a second.
No worries. Then first things first. Ziggy Justice, what's up?
I'm going as fast as I can. I will stream what the fuck I'm trying to do really fast. Don't annoy the DM.
Faster.
Shut up! Shut up!
Oh, right.
Don't anger him!
It's all the record keeping that somebody else should be doing. So that was that cell pile, and then we've got this cell pile. Which one didn't I do?
Are we gonna use the downtime sheet?
Probably don't need to if we're just doing
If
some
necessary.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
If we're doing terribly complicated things, it's up to you guys. Do you want to use it or not?
I don't think I need to use it for what I
I
want
don't
to do.
think so.
All right. So that's the total from the selling, and then I'm going to add some coin that was already added in here. Okay, so that's that and plus 1160 plus 456.3 plus 5683. Boy, copper coins are just useless.
They're like pennies.
Divide by 3. Oh, sorry, divide by 6 equals.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna put a total. I'm gonna put a total at the bottom of your treasure sheets on your individual sheets.
Okay.
You should see something highlighted. 10,000. These are gold coins. Each of you seems to have a different format for your treasure, so go ahead and
Adjust it.
Yes. Holy crap, a lot of you. So just looking at your treasure sheets, you realize you're not walking around with 42,000 gold pieces or silver pieces of silver jewelry or 18,000
That shit.
silver coins.
That shit is at.
That shit's in the vault at Dvergholm.
So,
okay.
so when we want to use that, let's say I have like 11,000 gold or 11,000, 111. I have a shitload of silver. I want to switch it to gold.
Do you want us to put like a carry section?
Yeah, if you want to divide your treasure into like treasure you're carrying versus treasure that that you've got stored
that
somewhere,
makes sense.
that would be really handy to know where the thieves need to go. What did I say that out loud that way?
Well, you could always punish us. Oh, you're carrying all that? Well, let's see that thief makes it sleight of hand. You got away with 42,000 gold pieces.
Can I ask for suggestions from you guys? Two feats that I can take right now is either Eagle Eyes for awesome, I can see really far with perception, or Spell Penetration.
I'm gonna say Eagle Eyes because you rarely use spells on people.
Right, fair enough.
You conjure all the time. That's not really
I take that.
It's not really a spell pen thing you need to worry about.
Yeah, so Lokrik is not carrying all of his wealth with him. He's basically carrying.
Neither is any of us, hopefully.
He's carrying his gemstones and a masterwork loot, and basically all of his coin is back home. Oberon, same deal. I think he's carrying 45 gold pieces worth of gems, and then. And then the rest of it will be at Dvergholm.
I think Dvergholm seems like a good place to store our wealth, more so than Runeshod.
Well, it's got a vault for starters.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what's even better than that, guys? Acropolis.
I don't like storing things at Acropolis because I feel like there could be people coming and going there all the time and we would never know.
The dragon, the freaking snake. Snake is like.
So where's our shit?
Right.
It's like a crooked bouncer. It's like, alright, come on in. The 100 gold pieces. Come on
Okay,
in.
so I'll just do Ukher's for him. So treasure carried. He's probably a little less concerned with the weight and more about the bulk.
You can use it as a weapon. This is my 50,000 gold piece sap. Just fuck people up with that. This is gold, Marty?
That's hilarious.
Yeah. The
Holy shit.
first thing after the decimal point is silver, and then the last decimal point is copper.
Okay. So if I want to convert all of the silver that I have silver jewelry and silver coins. I want to convert that to gold.
Sure.
Okay.
You get 99% of the value back in gold.
Okay, so I'll take basically whatever's left over. I'll just get rid of that. 99%, wait, that's 100 means.
There's a money changing
Yeah.
fee.
So I converted 14,000.
You're getting a good rate because you're friends of the king.
Because we saved everyone!
No, you didn't. They were still alive under the yoke of Lodrum. And Lodrum, turns out, he's not really that bad of a guy. So.
Yeah, he's completely reasonable. I don't even know why we have him in there.
All right, so it looks like you guys have done some divvying. You guys have some money, and now I want to know for Oberon and Lokrik, they're going to spend their downtime tick, their downtime beat, we'll call it, helping Galath create a hand. So did you
Okay.
did you pre-create something that I should be
I
looking
did.
at? Okay, where should I be looking here? And I'm just going to
You should look at
increase the view so
party
people can actually see what we're looking at.
pages, artifacts and magic items, Ergetlam.
Ergetlam. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, so the silver hand, and then it looks like we. Okay, so magical components. First is the non-magical components. So Lokrik can craft the actual mithril part of your hand in 5 days, and then Oberon can craft the magical portion of the hand in 3 days. And then you wanted to add some pluses to this.
Yeah, I want to bump up the shield
Plus
part.
2
and the
enhancement
weapon
bonus to the shield, and plus 1 to gauntlet. So basically what he's
Yep.
creating is a mithril arm, and the mithril arm acts as a buckler. Now with Galath has that mythic feat that allows him when he's using a shield to do blocking. So he's going to be doing blocking with his mithril hand, which is freaking cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Once the shield is gone, right? Or perhaps when he's using two-handed weapons and that sort of thing. So, neat. Can you afford the total cost here? It looks like
Pretty sure I can with everything being sold.
6,100. Is that including the 6,100?
That's it? Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well,
I'll take
no,
them,
it would have been 12,200 had he bought it. Had he got
Yeah.
somebody
Yeah.
who's not his ally with craft feats to do
Build
it.
it, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're doing the non-magical modification.
No, that's fine. We'll leave that off for now.
So I'm just gonna title this future enhancements.
Yeah, I have a couple ideas about what I want to do in the future with it, but
Okay.
for now we can.
Okay. So
We'll start with that design.
Oberon's downtime beat is he and Lokrik are crafting this Uber hand for Galath.
Yes.
Galath, whatever your beat is, you need to do it close to home.
Okay. The plan is to find a cauldron, fill it up with boiling water, and fetch a stone from the bottom of the pool with the stub of the hand, attach something to the end so that we can grab the stone.
You're doing the stone thing?
Yes.
Oh, this is episode 2 that you're making reference to. So,
Yep. Poor old Clyde.
okay, so you're putting the stump in and you're boiling kind of the end of your arm.
No, pretty much everything up to like as far as I can go.
Okay. Are you inviting
Probably.
anyone to this barbaric
shoulder?
ritual?
Probably not. It's a private thing between me and my god.
And so, isn't Galath immune to or have resistance to fire?
That's a good point.
It's not water, it's oil.
Yeah, I guess if I use something that could do more damage.
So Galath gets a boiling cauldron going, and he sticks his arm in, and you feel no pain.
Like, okay, that didn't work. We'll try oil.
Too much pain, too much pain.
He's not immune to fire. It's just.
And then we
he's-
zoom away to Sailor Wormbine burning from the grease fire. Okay, so Galath,
It just needs to be able to do more than 8 damage, and it can.
Galath
scald my
ends up
arm.
creating this bonfire with this cauldron of like bubbling oil in the middle of it. He sets it all ablaze. He walks into the bonfire and sticks his hand in. Oh yeah, you're able to burn yourself if you try really hard. Are you doing this in Runeshot, or are you doing this in Dvergholm?
Dvergholm probably seems like a better place to do this.
Outside of the walls, I'm assuming, if you're setting a fire. Okay.
Well, yeah, I don't want to burn anything down by accident.
Yeah, give me a fort save. As you're doing bad things to your own body.
Sure. I'm not wearing any of my items, because why would I do that? But I still actually have pretty good saves, so I think it's... My fort save didn't go up this level. That's probably good for me. Okay. 23.
Okay. You end up burning your arm pretty badly, and you managed to, when you had enough, basically stumble out of the flames.
Okay. I will take the axe of the Jarlander and hack off the burned parts.
Okay. As you're lying there, looking up at the spring sun, you kind of landed in sort of some crusty snow.
You need to bleed out.
Yeah, I can't bleed out. I can heal myself. And in fact, I can't bleed out at all because I'm mythic.
And Adam's...
Touché.
Okay, Adam's got some questions there. All right, it looks like he's leveling up and watching at the same time. Why aren't you playing? Just joking.
A reasonable question.
You're looking up at the sun, and you couldn't help but like it just kind of went in your eyes, and you raised up your hand like almost instinctually to block it, but you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And you heard a rumble, the same rumble of the giants coming, but for some reason it's when you looked up at the sun that you heard the rumble. As you're baking and steaming from the fire that you've, your axe of the Jarlander in your hand as you're like cleaving off this painful ceremony.
Screaming as he's chopping his own arm off.
The axe of the Jarlander does flare up whenever
mythic.
It touches your flesh, because
Bane mythic,
because you are using a Bane mythic weapon to clean off your stump. We'll say that the dwarves and Lokrik find you later on, kind of lying in the spring snow, as you plunged your hand into a snow.
It's basically I lay on hands myself as I fall unconscious, because I actually have a spell that lets me do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
You had plunged your stump into like a melting snow pile, kind of like in a shadow along the old Dverg road, and the dwarves end up carting you back in, like crazy paladin sort of thing. And you awake. You awake in some pleasant quarters, which you recognize as like the Temple of Morden that's above, in the city above. But that's. Okay, so that was Galath performing this ceremony. It does send Lokrik and Oberon a little bit back to the drawing board, as now they no longer just need to make a hand, but they also need to make an arm.
Yep.
Which is part of the cost that you incurred. But the dwarves are not letting Galath go out on any spirit quests any longer, because
how much more of myself can I replace with Mithril? Yeah.
Right. So he's sticking nearby. All right. So that was Lokrik and Oberon's first tick of downtime. That was Galath's first tick of downtime. Azildan, do you have anything like spell research or anything in addition to the training? Do you want to buy something?
No, I'm good.
You want to chop any parts of your body off?
Where is
I want to get something made eventually, but Lokrik and Oberon are busy, so
okay, so
I'll get it afterwards.
Add it to the queue. I think under loot we've got a queue going. Right at the top of that page. 4 rods of giant summoning. That's funny. Lemmy-O, okay, so Azildan. Ahmed, can you do me a favor and prepare another sending from
Yeah.
from
I just
Bomba. Bomba.
Azildan did want to see if Jarko and Janica were still at Dvergholm.
Yeah, they're here to visit the king without a shadow. They're kind of doing that thing, where they're just staying a long period. They're staying the winter, basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you do see Janica and Jarko. Jarko's looking really old. In fact, at this point in time, he's bedridden. The dwarves have found a nice place for him. He's actually very close to where they're keeping Galath, kind of in the upper city of the Temple of Morden. And you see Janica is kind of fretting outside the room one day, and Azildan sees her.
He'll just stop by to see if there's anything he can do, or...
No, she's basically... Azildan kind of gets the grasp that these are his final days. Like, going to see the king without shadow is kind of like the last thing that he wanted to do.
And he got to go, so...
Right, and he got to go and see, thanks to you guys. Let's see. Dvergholm. No, these guys were in Runeshod. Northern locations. Snowshoe Mountain Lodge, I think, is where their measures were. Nope. Dvergholm. Nope. Jarko. Oldfish. And there's Janica and her owl. It's just an owl.
He does let the priests at the Temple of Morden know that whatever the old man needs, if they can provide it, Azildan will cover the cost.
Okay. They don't. The priest of Morden doesn't seem to be like money grubbing. It's not like he's after a bunch of coin.
No, but I mean, like, healing salves cost money, and
sure. So we'll say that Azildan spends maybe 10 gold pieces. They accept your donation to the Church of Morden.
All right, I'll take that.
Janica, give me a charisma check, Azildan. It can also be a diplomacy check, and I'm going to give you a +2 for you guys being famous, and a +2 for helping them out before, and a +2 for showing genuine concern. These are all circumstance bonuses.
+5. 15.
Okay. Janica actually
acknowledges my existence.
Oh man.
Yeah, she actually kind of just disappears into a hug from Azildan and begins to sob.
Oh. And he's Azildan singing to himself, "Emotionless elf did not prepare me for this."
There. Will you say the rites?
Certainly, of course.
When the time comes, will you say the words to make sure his spirit goes to Miliki?
Of course I will. It's one of my responsibilities.
It's weird. Azildan's concerned and she's sad, but having her near you is sort of nice, and like there's a swirl of emotion and you're not too sure how to handle it.
If there's anything you need, just send word. So long as I'm around, that is.
She sniffs a little bit, and then her old sort of punkiness kind of comes back. We should talk again.
Well, I've actually been meaning to ask you something. We're supposed to be heading off to some place called the Druid Vault. Ever heard of this?
No, but... Well, yes. Jocko could probably help you with that. Let's see if he's awake.
Alright.
Zildan goes in.
Sneaks in so as not to wake him if he's sleeping, but
Okay, so Jarko is, yeah, they do wake him up. Oh, look at this. It is he. The priest among priestesses. Death rattles. The owl seems to be concerned.
how are you feeling, Jarko?
It is time for me to shed my skin for the last time. He smiles.
Reincarnate.
He's speaking maybe druidic. It's
Okay.
kind of mixed in with common speech. You kind of get what he's saying, but
Yeah. Alright. Jenica said you might know of a place called the Druid's Vault.
yes, we've heard of this place. The name of their mad druid is a memory passed
Mad druid.
down. Story. Horrible ick that he coughs up, and some dwarven nurses come in and tend to him a little bit. Come sit.
He goes and sits down.
When the Odin's Gate was shattered, the druids of this world lost the ability to open and close the doorway between the branches of Yggdrasil and Vosgard. The Odin's Gate the Vosgardians knew how to use long ago, but it was giants and orcs that broke it. Or perhaps it was the Lenorm. It was a chaotic time long ago. Lots of death. It was during that time that the great circle of the Lakelander druids was broken. Too much fighting on all sides. But you know this. The fighting. It still goes on to this day. Ebb and flow the tides. Odin, it's said, crafted the gate himself. This is a special place. This world is special, Azildan. He's grabbing your hand, kind of clutching onto your hand to make sure that you understand. The Odin summon. They travel to many worlds. And while they may fight amongst themselves, and some of the gods are not very good, they are the gods of humanity. At least one family of gods of humanity. And they have planted Aegir here. Their sign of Aegis. This world is protected. And because of it, Yggdrasil feeds deep from its roots. Deep from the life of this place. But what does a world need protection from, Azildan?
I don't know, gods, I suppose.
Yes, and
I don't know, other than a god what can destroy a world.
it is an excellent question. You should keep that question in mind when you go and visit other worlds. I know your companions are headed towards Yig. You've mentioned it. The dwarves speak of it.
We'll get there eventually. Actually, not long, really.
But your original question has to do with this. For the druids themselves wailed and moaned, and they blamed their own powers at their failures, and not their failures as men and druids. Are you less a man because your people lose a war? No, but they were desperate, and they turned away from nature. They thought they found some quick way, some powerful way, some corrupt way to deal with their problems. And their leader, named Moss Moon, turned the rest of the druids into some splinter of an insane idea. And there, in the swamp, in a hidden place, a place that was supposed to be of life, of wonder, there they squatted in their own corruption and called out to things beyond the gods. The fact that they were successful means that even the worlds protected by the gods are at risk.
Alright, so they need to be stopped.
Long have they haunted this swamp. No one has had a need to go there. But look to what they've become. Look to the source, and gird yourself with spell and faith, and rid this world of corruption.
Promise you I will.
For once corruption takes hold, like a fungus or a mold, it is hard to get rid of, and it spores along the wind. I hear the ambulances now calling me to the next world.
I'll get your metaphor what you're saying, but don't go disparaging all the mushrooms.
You almost killed him with the joke as he goes into a coughing fit. Be brave. Be strong. Know that I believe if you could stand against the druids, then you could save our people. And perhaps the Lakelanders would be able to restore the Odin's Gate. Perhaps even a great circle of druids will once rule in the Elderwood again. But more important...
If they can restore the Odin's Gate, can they close it?
Yes. The one who knows the way, the one who controls the gate, can control access.
Thank you.
There are wise priests of the Odin Salmon. That is the name of the family of the Odin, and his children, wives, family. There are wise priests at a place called Ansar-Uppsala. It is on the edge of Vosland and Gosterland. It is the religious center of the humans. There are wise priests there that may help.
Where is that?
I'm going to zoom out on the map. Actually, I'm going to show it on Vosgard.
Yeah, that's where I am. Sorry, I thought you were...
Yeah, I just don't see it on the...
And then we'll zoom way out. And Onsa Rupsala.
A name I will try to remember, but will likely fail every time, week after week.
Force player current view, I can't see.
Marty, we want to go to syrup salad.
Syrup salad. Oh, down there. Okay. That is quite a ways away.
I don't see it. Where is it?
Way down south.
Oh.
But it's...
Follow my pointer.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
On Rupsala. Gotcha.
That's way the fuck down there.
I mean, it's doable, but yeah, it's a bit of ways.
The journey for you should be quick.
Oh, really? When's the last time you read a map?
Rude.
Heroes have gone there and prayed before the gods. Heroes who have walked by way of stone.
Ah. Well then.
Careful. Not all the priests there are friendly, as all the gods of their family are not. But Odin himself, don't let the barbarities of mankind taint the goodness of his godhood.
I'll keep that in mind. You get some rest now. I'll be back to see you tomorrow.
Cudgels.
Beg your pardon?
Cudgels. Great clubs. Fashioned from the same wood as the door, is what I remember being told. Cudgels. There are 3 of them. You need to learn the knocks.
So you need to sing and a percussion instrument. Takes an orchestra to get through the multiverse now.
Complain.
A band.
That's hilarious. Okay, so that was a really good role-playing encounter. Thanks for doing that on your downtime. Lemmy-O, what are you doing on your beat?
So, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah. I want to chat with Lokrik, see if he had any time to look over the treaty.
Yeah, Lokrik has seen it. He said that some of the dwarves have started a test to do some trading with some of the with the Esclav. Most of the Esclav have returned back to their ancestral lands for the winter, though. He hasn't seen them. He expects to see them in spring.
Okay.
He likes some of the concepts of the treaty, but thinks that it's way, way too soon for a lot of it.
Fair enough.
You actually don't hear Lokrik's words in what he's saying. You hear other people's words.
That's fine. I mean, you trust in the council of everyone you've talked to. Have them come up with something, and I can deliver a message to their leader. I was planning on doing that. Would you prefer that I head to Dvergheim and talk to someone there, get their opinion, bring it back to you? Once you've okayed it, I can go and tell her. Have an unofficial understanding that, hey, why don't we try to do some trading in the spring.
Ukher actually walks in on your conversation.
I was going to say that.
You notice,
Ukher.
you notice he's dragging Oberon along. Oh,
Ukher.
this is where we're talking about. Are we talking about the truce?
Right? I was
Okay.
hoping you can help with that too.
Yes, we're going to go get big stone. Come, Oberon knows teleport.
I know it too, you know.
Yes. Come. You stay here. Do your crafting. Lokrik's chuckling. Oh wait, show me on the map where you want place where Esclav and dwarves can meet. What do you mean? Show me on map. Point. The Esclav are to the east and to the west of us. Most of the more unruly tribes are to the west. Okay. I know a place. Slope of mountain, just outside the Vargom, north of road. How about here? He points. Show you where he's pointing. You guys can tell Ukher where to put the rock.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how much weight he can carry.
Ukher's pointing here.
Ukher tick.
I'll let Adam figure out how big this thing is, but essentially he's going to go and need the clerics to...
We can teleport. Just need to find the right spot to put it, that's all.
Yeah, the king agrees that might be a good spot. Kind of the base of the mountain.
Okay.
Okay, the two of you teleport to Grolf's cave, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
If I read Adam's things correctly.
I just don't want silver in it. I don't want it mined or defaced.
So this is the Rock of Friendship.
Rock of Friendship.
And he goes and carves out, using your stone-shaped spells to help him, this massive stone. That then he uses all of his spells to become big and strong, that he picks up, and then the group of you teleports to along the Dverg Road, and then he basically, over the next few days, pushes the stone into place. Mm-hmm. By pushing the stone into place, he actually accidentally created a trail.
We can teleport to exactly where we want as well.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
More mythic, you might say.
Right. So basically, Ukher is creating the Rock of Friendship, which is basically a meeting place, if I understand correctly, intended to be a meeting place between the dwarves and the Esclav.
Marty, can we pick it in a spot that can actually form a town around it?
A town?
If there's gonna, yes, if this is gonna be so basically a place where kind of easily defendable, but not like completely military. So it has to kind of be high, open with some.
You then want to put it near the river.
And up on a big rock, probably.
Because if you're gonna have people here that are trading all the time, you're gonna have people here that are gonna stay to, how do you say?
Okay, how about this right here?
Uh-oh. I just lost you. Sorry, I have to reconnect to map tools.
There you go. The internet is just crapping the bed again. You pooped the bed again? Yes. Must be the weather. Those fucking storms. Oh, this is frustrating.